everybody, and welcome back to Vampire the Transylvania Chronicles here on Dork Tales. This is another episode as we dive deeper into the, 800-year chronicle that we have begun. I'm your storyteller, Kelly. I use he and him as my pronouns, and folks, we are gonna get ready to suck some blood and have some fun tonight. But before we do that, let's go ahead and meet everybody and give you a couple quick announcements before we drop in. So, we're going to pass it around, and let's introduce our vampires tonight, starting with Robin. Hello, Robin. How are you doing? Who you biting?
Well, I'm not allowed to bite my coworkers, and no one's around me, so I guess I'm gonna bite myself. But Tereza is my character, who is our... I almost said is our Dinescu, but I mean, she is Tereza Dinescu, but she is of the clan... I was about to say vicissitude. Zamisi, we can do this.
If you have read the Gehenna book, you know that you're closer than not.
Tereza, we both use she, her pronouns currently. For all those that are deniers, the box is still a thing. Just Kelly hasn't brought it up in a recent episode, but Tereza still travels around with her box.
Fine, I'll sneak up and open it up for everyone.
No,
Frenzy.
That will
frenzy. That will
if we get to 250 Patreon.
Yeah, hit the 251 Patreon, and
I'll kick the lid right open.
We'll throw Bastien into the box.
Wait, there's nothing in here.
Ouch! You're in the box now.
And we never saw 600 again.
No, that's not true. 600 years later, he'll be opened by Smiling Jack in Los Angeles. That's the way that it works.
Oh, yeah.
Where am I? Hell?
Ain't I a stinker? Yeah. Anyway, anything else, Robin?
I'm excited to be here, where I get to play another monster, who's different than the monster that I debuted on Monday, which I'm still excited about that game over on our Patreon.
Oh, don't worry. Well, I'm gonna talk about that.
Good. But yeah, super excited to be back. I am young, hot, bodacious Tereza with what's my appearance? 6'6". I am 6 appearance.
All right. Next to you, rocking that appearance, not 6, but probably, until you get your nip tuck done by Tereza. It's Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I go by Blogg in the chat and on the Discord, or actually, I think we just found out on the Discord it's ex-Professor Daddy Blogg. But use he, him, and they, them pronouns. Tonight, I get to play our completely innocent and very devout, nothing monstrous about him, La Sombra Rainald.
Beautiful. Also beautiful, and only has eyes for us. It's Kal.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kal. I use he, him pronouns, and so does Bastien, our Salubri Watcher. That's right. There's more than 2 cast of... Well, there was more than... Well, there was only 2, but then Salubri, discovered, Asian medicine and, really wanted to make a 3rd bloodline, and... not. You think I'm joking.
Like acupuncture? They just discovered acupuncture and Qigong, right?
Yeah. And
They're
dude learned how to meditate and came back and made a 3rd.
They're just doing like tea ceremony in the I Ching because White Wolf wrote everything based on what was at the local drugstore in Stone Mountain, Georgia in the 90s.
They're like, look at all this incense. I'm the rare and soon to be extinct Watcher cast of Salubri. And I'm excited to be here. I'm just wondering how long and when Kane started driving a cab in LA.
That's true. It is the blood of Cain that drives us around and is getting undercut by Uber. Basically. All right. I got no follow-up joke to that. So heading over to Jen. Hey, Jen, can you hear me without your ears?
What was that? Sorry, you glitched right as you said that.
I said, can you hear me without your ears?
Okay, apparently not.
Apparently not. Oh my god.
We're great tonight.
So good. Hi, I'm Jen. I use she her pronouns, and I play Alëna, our gangrel, our fuzzy gangrel friend. She doesn't have her ears on because I have had a day and they annoy me so much I want to frenzy in real life. So they don't exist right now. Maybe they'll come back. I don't know. But yep.
Fantastic.
That's where we're at.
All right, folks. Blood will flow. There we go.
What a convenient
That's
way
so
to distribute
much.
blood.
What the?
That's a lot.
You are a monster.
He is a
Bleh.
monster.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of water in that cup, to be fair.
I
To be
squirt. I
fair.
don't squirt that much for a big tumbler.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody. All right, folks. Hey, so if you've been following the channel, you would probably know that on Monday we had the first episode of Technocracy Dominion, the new mage game that we're running on our Patreon. It's going to be released publicly in about 3 months. But man, I'm still tired from that game. It was a lot of work and a lot of fun. So if you are looking to join a Patreon anytime soon, might I suggest ours? It's got mage in it. So I am pretty.
Two of us are brand spanking new.
Yeah, and the others just like the spanking. So right, I'm sassy tonight because I did not sleep last night for some reason, and not for any fun reason. I just couldn't sleep. Besides that, I need to do a big thank you to our sponsor, Bookworm Games. Bookworm Games is back again, bringing the love and wearing the Vans. Because they're from Van, and they are just an amazing sponsor. They've kept us on the air for over 2 years now, so please go visit their site, bookwormgames.com. If you use code DorkTales, you can save up to 15% on dice, including the actual World of Darkness inspired gemstone dice. You can get all manner of wooden dice, metal dice, coffee, tea at least, not coffee yet, and a number of accoutrements, including modules that I am working on right now. So go check it out. Bookworm Games, wonderful people, wonderful dice. Go support your local dragon horde. And use code DorkTales. Besides that, join the Patreon because it's good. It's good for you. It helps with digestion and liver function. To join the Patreon, you can't prove it. You can't prove it doesn't. It might. It might. It's like a magnetic bracelet. It helps you with things. And then the other thing that I had to say was, oh, it was something good. It was something good. It was going to go, oh yeah, that's right. One of the reasons I'm scattered is because I spent all day rushing to get everything done, because tomorrow we're heading to Calgary for Otafest. If you are at Calgary Otafest, which is one of the best anime conventions I've been to in forever, you should come and see us. We're running 3 panels, 2 on Friday night and 1 on Saturday, all about role-playing games, including an interactive one where we build a campaign setting with the audience. You can be part of that audience. It's a lot of fun. So very excited to be doing that. So Robin, I guess you can bite us tomorrow because we'll be seeing you at the airport.
Yay! Bite, bite.
Bite, bite. Besides that, does anybody have any announcements? Anything fun that we need to talk about before we hop in?
Announcements, huh? I just reviewed Lost Girl on
It's a good show.
my podcast, and both my co-host and I were very impressed of this show we have never heard of before that existed 15 years ago. That's all.
It's actually so fun thing about Lost
Canadian
Girl,
Changeling, I like to call it.
it's Canadian
Okay,
Changeling,
speaking of
but it's
Canadian shows that are super old.
Robin and I are binging our way through Forever Night. And
Which is so good.
It's so
free
surprisingly
on
good.
YouTube.
It's actually,
free
and it's all on
YouTube.
YouTube. It's all on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
So last things to tell you is, Forever Night, amazing. Go watch it. Surprisingly good, and they really need to reboot it. Like but keep the heart of it. Lost Girl is one of the best representations of bisexuality that I've seen. Because in the later seasons, minor spoiler for a 20-year-old show or a 15-year-old show, she actually ends up with Kenzie, like her sidekick.
Finally paid off.
Yeah, so like there were a lot of jokes and like kind of like a little bit of like friendly flirting between them, but they actually end up hooking up. She totally stops going after the main dude love interest and goes off with her female best friend. And it's just,
and to be fair, Dyson,
he's a hot guy. He's a hot guy, but he's a hot. And there's still some tension, but it was really surprising and pleasant. That like, oh, yeah, I guess I could kind of, you know what? I felt it more than I felt the Legend of Korra bit. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like there was more there. Kenzie, yeah. So, and then the last thing that I'm going to show you is, hey, our chibi artist has been working again now that she's healed up. So I want to show you. Boop, it's Tereza. Oh wait, that's the old version of Tereza. Where's the new version? Watch Tereza get young. Oh, there we go.
Did her ass get bigger?
Did her ass get bigger? A little bit. Yep. All right. So thanks, Light, for all the hard work you've been doing. I hope that your arm's feeling better. Our artist had to have like arm surgery. So it's been a long recovery period. Unfortunately,
and artists need their arms.
I think a little bit. Yeah.
That stuff always happens to people that really need both hands.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Like I could do what we're doing now with just one hand. I mean, I would like not to, but I could.
Okay.
I would prefer to have to, but...
All right. So, I guess it's time for us to hop in. Hey, folks, last episode, the characters went and spent some time together at Bastien's castle. They also went on a little hunt as the Vela came and wanted to visit with Alëna and also potentially induct Tereza by Alëna's wishes. There were a number of things that happened, but at the end of it, there was a little bit of blood bonding, and the sire,
a little bit of loss, of humanity,
just a little bit, as a fun.
Bastien was the only one naked again,
as usual.
As a treat.
I thought everyone else was. Our hostess of the night said, well, I mean, this is usually done naked. And I'm like, say no more.
And then Alëna's like, why would I get naked?
Alëna, this isn't like, Alëna is always naked. Those furs, like, that's just her. That's a gangrel flaw.
Yeah. I mean, gangrel flaw, yeah.
It's just strategic fur. It was a very fortunate gangrel flaw. A furkini.
Imagine unstrategic fur.
I was just about to say that, where it's the reverse.
It's just a strip like of fur from your butthole up.
Female fantasy armor.
Like a skunk.
Yeah, and a French accent. That's what you get with that one. He's trying to Pepe Le Pew. Oh, I'm a gangrel.
Hurt them more for the DM? Is there a hurt them more for the storyteller? How do I buy that? Hurt Kelly more.
You join the Patreon.
I think that's called buying us XP.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
That's true.
I'm gonna clip this. All right. So, with that, you all were supposed to head to meet with Nova Arpad, Arpad, which I really will try not to call Nova iPad. Nova Arpad, the Ventru Prince of Mediash, which is not how you pronounce it, but it's how I'm pronouncing it because I'm not from the region. I know it's probably pronounced like Malayberg or something like that. Milhana. So it's Mediash.
It's pronounced not yours. That's not yours.
So one of the Siebenbergen. You were there to meet at Nova's mansion near the outskirts of town. You were supposed to render assistance to her as a way of discharging a minor debt. And yeah, that is where we left last game, with that being your next mission. Now, before we did that, was there anything that you all want to do before heading out? Blood bonding, discipline trading?
That is... I think Alëna wanted to learn the ways of Sneaky Snake.
At some point, yeah, but like I don't know if I was going to learn it like now.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to have some interactions and some bonding to
yeah, because I don't think she'd ask at this point. Like
to hide behind a tree.
All right.
And giggle. Yeah. That's how it all starts.
Is it? It's just the giggling what does it? You sure you want her to giggle? Because giggling Alëna is the scariest Alëna.
That
you think it's the silent Alëna. That's not true. Okay, so you all are coming out of Belgrade at this point, which is... Right, you're at Belgrade. That's where you control, right, Bastien? Okay. So, if you're coming...
Belgrade, yes.
I thought, wait, was it Belgrade or was it...
Alba Julia.
Yes,
no, I think it is... I thought it is Belgrade.
It is Belgrade.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. So, luckily, if I put my hand on the map or my fingers on the map, I can touch both of the towns like with a fingernail. So they are right next to each other. So actually it's the next closest town aside from Hermannstadt, which is... All right, cool. Pretty easy for you to reach. So why don't we jump into it with you guys all traveling accordingly. It's going to take you a few days to reach there. So let's hop into game. You load up your wagons and prepare for the journey. Midiash is a bit of a ways away, but not nearly so far away as some of your local allies. In fact, your own areas, especially Rainald's former holdings there at the pass, are many weeks, if not months away. But here, you feel that you can probably reach the next town within a week, at most. During that time, it is a fairly easy ride. In fact, any ride that you've undertaken in the past few decades, or even up to a century, is far easier now than it was that one frightful period of time before you all inscribe those runes. And so, you go. Riding in the carriage, or striding alongside of it, flying alongside of it, or the like, you make your way toward Midiash. Is there anything that you're doing as you are riding along, being pulled? Would it be on this voyage that anyone would be sharing their disciplines, or shall we cut directly to the arrival at the Arpad mansion? What do you all feel?
I think just as we're traveling, clarifying, like, this is more a Kal problem than a Bastien problem, but he has enough merits and flaws that probably a Bastien problem too. Clarifying why we're helping, who we're helping, what we get out of it.
I was told to.
That kind of thing.
I was told to. And then Alëna told all of you too.
yeah. And Tereza wants to go get in with the Vila, so listening to what Valeska is wanting us to do.
Alëna's like, do you know how little I ask of you? Ever.
Did I not follow you with the fucking Tremere?
Yeah, right.
Rainald will actually be very open to this and be like, absolutely, I will provide whatever assistance you require, and I will follow your lead.
Good.
All right, who's paying me?
Out
next
of
part of the
curiosity, she said it was help to clear a debt.
She did, yes.
Thank you. Jen does not remember.
So she owes a slight debt to Nova Arpad. Now, I had you roll this last time, but given that a few days have passed, you probably have time to dwell and think and ask some questions, ask your retainers to do a little bit of research. So anybody who has the politics skill, perhaps make me an intelligence and politics roll at a difficulty of 8.
Let's see if my dice like me better tonight.
Alëna lives in ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. No politics, or you just rolled 0?
No politics.
Me too.
What are
Difficulty
politics?
8.
Difficulty 8.
I've got
I
on
flat.
5 dice. I have 4 successes.
What
Ooh,
the?
damn.
Meanwhile, I had
monster.
5
those-
dice. I rolled 1 success and 1, so I failed.
Does the intelligence specialty thorough count? Because if so, I get 1 more die.
Yes, because you have a retainer who is an archivist and would be able to be thorough for you.
All right, I still have 4.
Okay. How many did you get, Robin?
I failed. I had a success and a 1, so I failed.
So what you know is that the feudal system brought peace and prosperity to Western Hungary. However, in Eastern Hungary, it has taken a darker tone. Secular settlers, which I might be butchering the pronunciation, as everything else in the East, act as the nobility of Transylvania, while the Vlachs and other Romanians who settled the lands over the 1,000 years now live as serfs. The Hungarian Ventru have sent a brilliant member of their family to oversee this system. While the mortal aristocracy holds power by day, the sinister hierarchy of the night emerges after doors and windows are barred at sundown. So, literally in this part of Hungary, in your area here, particularly focused around the city of Midias, Nova Arpad is the Shadow Queen of this region, an overlord that runs very much of the local mortal politics from the shadows at night. This type of overt control is not super common. So that might absolutely kind of catch you off guard. That she would be so daring as to, or maybe impudent, as to lean into mortal affairs. You would know that the Arpads as well are a long mortal lineage that have quite a bit of history that you could look up in a side window. ARPAD.
And is this is still traditionally Tzimisce territory?
Most of it, yes, but the Ventru do have a stronghold here.
Okay.
Now, here's what you get, Rainald. So, you would have learned that Nova Arpad was the daughter of an Arpad noble. She was taught a wide range of skills with an exquisite education involving languages, literature, music, horsemanship. She's an incredibly sharp diplomat and a dangerous customer. When she was embraced, she fell headlong into politics. She won the respect of elders and began to rule from a stance of divine right. She took the honor of being sent out to the what the Ventru consider the untamed lands of Transylvania in order to establish their foothold even more strongly. When the Tzimisce learned of her, they countered her ambition with treachery. And with that, they managed to implant one of the fiends. Someone named Olithio Svantonich. Sven Tovik. We're going to go Sven Tovik. These names, man. Once her estate had been built, he traveled there and petitioned himself to serve her. After securing a position in the household, he cleverly would evaluate her and eventually turn this to his advantage. There are rumors that they had a physical relationship. not only that, but she, despite her skills, was still young at the time. Eventually, after, well, a taboo of slavery, blood orgies, and worse, the fiend spent a long time eroding Nova's humanity and perhaps sanity. And after that, well, apparently he bound her in a blood oath. Over the past couple hundred years, however, she was captured. Her fiend Domitor was killed by a mortal exacting revenge, and she was captured by Mitru. To ensure her survival, she tried negotiating with her captors and ended up eventually escaping, where she has managed to return within a year. And let's see, we're in 1314. So, and in 1240, she forced several Transylvanian princes to accede to Bela IV's strengthening of the Siebenhogen. She has helped establish the Diet, a mortal council of Transylvanian nobles, and has been instrumental in the demand for increased crop yields from peasants and things like that. Basically, she was a golden girl that got absolutely destroyed by treachery and has likely learned from her mistake. There's a lot about her. The White Wolf Riders really liked her.
I will pass along all the information that I find to anyone who's interested in it, and mention if she managed to get away from Mitru on her own. That was the gangrel that we got into that
Mitru the Hunter
fight with.
Yes,
yeah,
it was.
Yep.
I think that given everything else, at least with our experiences with that vampire kindred,
say no more.
That she's not to be underestimated.
It's good to, this is, like you said, when you went onto the map, this was like a finger width away. Probably good to get to know my neighbors in the very least.
I suggest we be on our best behavior while we're doing this favor.
Yeah, that is a much better picture of her than the one that I have in my book, by the way, that you just posted, Jen.
Oh.
The picture I have of her is... let me just make sure that there's no nudity involved. Because...
Intrigued? Intrigued.
Yeah, it's a picture of her, like, there's just barely a picture of her in her cell. Not looking particularly well put together. I mean, wood. That's your type.
Bastion's a freak.
Bastion's not a freak.
Bastien.
Bastion.
that Bastien.
Bastion doesn't like women dressed in mummy costumes. All right.
That's true. That's 100% Kal.
All right. And so with that, you make your way across the terrain. And soon you'll find yourselves approaching the outside of the mansion. It's quite opulent, not as wonderful perhaps as the one that that Bastien was able to procure, but still not unimpressive. It looms in the distance. And do you head up to the front?
question, Kelly.
Answer.
I would like some clarification on using the body impolitic. You know, imbuing, I was gonna say vitae, but it's just blood. Into an organ, I know, and removing it. Can I grow that back?
Not until that piece is gone. Like,
okay,
if it is destroyed, you can.
Yeah, because some Macy will use visitors to craft additional sensory organs. No, it says craft additional sensory organs.
I guess you could with vicissitude.
I guess
you
I
couldn't
could.
I believe that you can't regrow it naturally, but you could make additional ones.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like you can't regrow it naturally, but you can with vicissitude. Just be like new hand or new whatever, right?
Yeah,
like,
I would like to during this travel time, Tereza would like to craft a couple spy eyes.
Some eiders.
Wait, what?
Yep, some eiders.
Okay.
That like go outside of her body?
Yep.
Store one in your forehead so that
I can join Bastien.
So go ahead and give me a Dex and Body Crafts roll at a difficulty of 7. Or how many legs are you giving these things?
4? To like scurry?
Okay.
What if you put an eye on a hand so it's like thing?
Yeah, a little bit. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like using fingers as the legs.
I need to know something important. Are you crafting these so that they are like spiders so they can climb up walls?
Yes.
Well, the eyes might keep them around.
Yeah, that's true.
To see danger. The ears might be much more valuable.
Yes. Are eyes and ears useful if they're not connected to like a nervous system that can comprehend?
That's why I'm putting blood into it. That is the magic. Yes, I'm psychically linked.
It's the Meatsyism.
Oh, okay. I see. Don't worry about it. Blah.
Yeah. So yes, symbolic ceremony. The master can use disciplines too. Great, that's amazing.
This is why you need dominate. They put a mouth on there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Robin, have you ever read the manga Parasite? And if so, if not,
I have
you
not.
Probably should.
10 out of 10. One of my favorite.
10 out of 10. The ending's a little weak, but everything up until like the last book, top tier.
And they gain 3 dots.
Then it just turns into an environmentalist message, which is
also
fine,
very good.
What's the anime is? Yeah, it's your favorite, right?
It's surprisingly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that old meme where his hand turns into something, or his whole arm.
Do it.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and give me that roll, please, just to make the additional organs.
Cool. Okay, yeah, so I have to roll a body crafts and dexterity to make extra eyes on my body, and then I take lethal points to remove these extremities, remove these things from my body, and let them be sentient. That's how this works.
If the rules are all there, let's do it.
Yep. Okay, so dex and body crafts. Would mutilation apply?
I mean, I guess you're pulling them off, so yeah, okay.
Cool. All right.
For that roll, sure. If it's all part of the same roll, then sure, why not?
Yeah, it does.
I would ask, how are you doing this to yourself? Are you doing it violently to yourself, or are you treating yourself with more care?
I can help with the pain.
What'd you say, Jen?
Path of Lilith.
Path of Lilith.
Yes.
Pain
Yeah,
equals
it's pain. It's 100% pain. It's 100% pain.
Oh, so you don't want me to help with that?
No. Pain is learning. Pain is learning. Okay. So difficulty. It doesn't give me difficulty. So you said 7.
Sure. That sounds fine to me.
Cool. Wow, my only successes were 10s, so let me re-roll them. All right, that is 5 successes.
Holy crap. Okay, well, does it say how many you need for stuff?
It is... No, it's just, it's, I use blood. And then I guess you can tell me, I guess because I'm doing successes for the things that I'm crafting. So if it's something with hands, like spider legs, an eye, and an ear.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Basically,
one thing, and then maybe spider legs and an eye. So one can hear and one can't.
And one tells the truth and one always lies. Roger.
Yeah.
And there's a third one with just a mouth.
And it just always talks
We
shit.
are Tereza.
It just walks around going
screams.
GG.
GG heals.
GG heals.
I need
Easy,
healing.
easy.
What's the book called? Oh God, what's the book called? It's the worst.
I have no
book
mouth, but I must
name
scream.
ever. Yeah, thank you.
I was trying to think of a way
Only
to
have
make
a
that
mouth
joke.
and I do nothing but scream.
Yes.
I think I know that person.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend 2 blood points to give each extremity a thing, and then I take 2 lethal, 1 for each of the things that I rip off. Good thing I'm used to pain.
Yep.
And have a merit for that.
You
Okay.
do?
I do.
Yeah.
So during this part, Tereza's gonna make her spy things. They each have 1 health level and 1 point of blood.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to do these horrible creatures out of you, and as you're on this quest, you'll have your usual contingent there to aid you. If you'd like to heal that damage, go ahead. 1 lethal per point, or one blood per point of lethal, I should say.
Sweet. Well, yeah, I'll probably do that.
You can leave it for a little bit. Is anybody else doing anything along the trip?
I would be very interested in how you are doing this, just to, if you're willing to, if Tereza is willing to
Describe it.
describe the process to him. It's like, that is remarkable. How are you able to? And are you connected to them?
I am, by infusing some of my own blood into these. I am connected. I can see and hear from this one that I have crafted from my own body and then ripped violently from myself.
That is
Oh, that one kind of looks like
Horrifying.
you.
Doesn't it?
and impressive.
It's something that I've learned. My time with the Duchess of Flesh proved quite rewarding. Figured who knows what might be, what an extra pair of eyes and ear might do in a new location. Who knows what people will say when they don't think they're being observed.
No, that is remarkably useful.
It is. It is not a process for the faint, though.
You never were.
It is removing part of yourself.
As you say this, your wagons enter view of the mansion. Rounding a bend, you will see that there is a way to circle up to the front. A little, like, circular cul-de-sac. And as you're approaching that, you realize that you're about to interrupt a bit of a scene between a group of soldiers and a peasant. Up ahead of you, there's a peasant whose dress and manner suggests that perhaps he has learning somewhat beyond his station. Stands before the mansion. Some of the soldiers are approaching him with a bit of a threat. He is shouting at any passers-by, of which there are some. People making their way to and from the actual village of this town of Midiash, just in the distance over there. The soldiers tend to bludgeon him into submission. It's obvious as they reach for their cudgels. Anybody here who succeeded on that politics roll earlier is going to recognize that the soldiers are wearing heraldry and a crest of the Arpad family.
Those are probably Nova's men, or at least related to her family.
He dodges the men as they circle him and tries to bolt for the door of an inn further down the street. However, your carriages block his route. He proclaims in defiance, "This mockery of justice and rulership has gone on for far too long. The lords of these lands must cease their depredations. We break our backs and give our lifeblood for their pleasure. Our lives, our wives, our sisters and daughters, they sacrifice their virtues on the altar of their insatiable and unholy lusts. It is time for us to stand together." What do you all do? Anything?
And who was saying this? The
peasant.
Are they looking
the way
to
this
block
guy
the
sounds.
road?
So you're kind of like coming up to the mansion, and like it's on the outskirts of town, so you kind of are like part of Midiash, sort of. However, the road that you're on is kind of being blocked by your way. He is taking this opportunity to continue his diatribe.
Perhaps, well, I don't think that they would like something like this being spouted in their territory. It might be prudent if we return this man to the guards, at least for now. But
or perhaps it's none of our business.
Nova is somebody that I don't think we should get on the bad side of. Regardless, I will. That's just my thoughts.
You only have a few seconds to figure out what to do. You can assist, you can ignore, or you can assist the guards. Those are the three obvious choices.
Tereza's gonna ignore unless someone else from her group stops. Tereza's in the mindset of wolves don't concern themselves with the matters of sheep. So Tereza is not gonna go for it unless anyone else does. But if someone else like halts their carriage, she will. But
I like that line.
It's very much.
Alëna won't even be in a carriage, so she's just like flying along.
That sounds good, flying
There
along.
are people
All right.
down there doing things. That's not her concern.
Bastien,
No,
Rainald. Okay, I'm gonna ask you. Gonna give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So, ignoring the situation, waiting, you can see that the soldiers are going to quickly corner him. As he is right next to your carriage, they pick up their cudgels, and one after the other, they bludgeon him into unconsciousness. As the man drops to the ground, groaning, wounds split across the skin of his forehead. one of the guards is going to take a look up at you and say, "Terribly sorry for the inconvenience. My lords, well met this eve. Where are you traveling? May I get this creature out of your way?"
What were they blubbering on about?
He's just a fool. Ranting, trying to cause problems. Many of the, you know how it is, your lordship. Some people are never satisfied with what they have, even the grace of the honorably powerful, such as yourself.
What will be done with him?
And
would you be able to escort us? Were they just foot soldiers, or were they?
They're foot soldiers with tabards and crests. However,
Did
as
they
you were
have horses?
saying,
Oh, sorry.
they do not have horses. This is all on foot. I would like it if everybody here who is in a place where they can actually like look toward the manor, please make me a perception and alertness roll.
Does that include me?
Yes. Are you in bird form?
Yes.
Does intuitive apply?
Yes, actually, this once it will.
Nice.
0.
All right. You noticed that the man
difficulty,
on
did
the,
you say?
a difficulty of... I didn't, but difficulty 8, actually.
Oh, shoot.
Well, in that case, botch.
Okay. That's perfect.
Sorry, I assumed 6 and was just like, oh, well, that cancels
it's
each
okay.
other out.
The book actually gave me a
Yeah.
difficulty for once.
Oof. One success, because one canceled me out. So one success.
Perfect. All right. Anybody else botch? Any
only
other
got-
successes?
got a
I need
lot of
to
sevens,
I need to
but this
figure
is
out what
high.
the heck I'm rolling here. Sorry. Can't seem to find my things. Here we go. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, this was
actually.
rough for a lot of us. I rolled 4 sevens.
Oof.
Oof, indeed.
I got 4 successes, 3 9s and an 8.
Holy crap.
Wow.
It's the bird eye view.
It's the bird.
So,
I didn't get any bonus for being a bird, and I still did that.
looking around, Rainald, you are going to hear a soft voice from the man on the ground that's going to be drawing all of your attention. By grace of God, have mercy. Please. In Jesus Christ's name, help us.
Us?
Well, you are not really focused on him. He's just beaten. But Rainald cannot peel away with that botch. The rest of you, however, will notice that there is a woman sitting quietly, half hidden in the shadows, observing this spectacle from a downstairs window. All of you will see that, judging by the woman's finery, her well-appointed clothes, and her look of good breeding, that is most likely the mistress herself. As you are watching, a tall, skeletally thin older man dressed in Arpad livery, and pale enough to obviously be a ghoul, approaches you and bows respectfully. Greetings. My mistress has arranged a private meeting for you. You must be tired from your journey. The appropriate sustenance awaits if you are hungry. I will also have someone take care of your horse and belongings. Horses and belongings. If you would please come with me.
Thank you.
I will ask the guards, what is to become of this man?
My lord, we don't really decide these things. It all comes down to what the lady would like. You need not concern yourself, the ghoul says. The lady will decide his punishment later. Take him away. He spits toward the foot soldiers, who take the bleeding man in their arms and carry him away. Please, follow me.
So you're saying manor, yes, for this?
Yeah, it's a mansion.
Mansion, okay.
No, not everybody has a castle.
That's true. So we haven't gone into the mansion yet, but as we're kind of narrating, I don't know like how much we'll skip to the actual area, but Tereza would like to send off her spies, like one basically like in each direction. Like if
Sure.
there's
You can
like an
it's
up or
under
down
cover
or
of
east
night.
or
You
west.
can absolutely do so.
Yeah. So Tereza's gonna have her spiders, her
In
eiders.
the manor, or
Yeah.
So as you're
like you're gonna shake them
Yeah.
loose as we walk.
Yeah, pretty much.
The glory of long dresses, man.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what she's hiding up there?
Yeah. Your eiders.
Squirrel runs out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a squirrel with an eye on the back of it. Your friends
Oh,
are
I
here.
could do that. I could like craft my eyes.
Yeah, just use your animalism. Why do you think Zamisi have that? To get friends.
That's fair. That's for another time.
Okay.
Squeakity
There's
squeak.
Yeah, I'm gonna add eyes and ears to rats.
The great part is they already have eyes and ears.
Yeah, but I can't see through them.
Oh, your eyes and ears.
Yeah, yeah.
That would look so horrifying. Big human eye on their back.
Yeah. All right. As you head inside, the ghoul will help you become comfortable. And will once again ask if you require any sustenance, as he leads you to a small, comfortable room to one side of the mansion's entry hall. Might I provide you with any type of nourishment?
I could go for a bite.
It would be rude not to accept. Thank you.
I will be back in just a moment. He leaves you in there and brings you several cowed peasants. Trembling at the sight of the inside of the mansion, the finery that they're surrounded by, and these strange nobles that they're being presented to. You are welcome to drink as much as you would like. As honored guests.
I'll spend a point of blood and buff up a stat by 1 just so I can take one and be polite.
Sounds good. You bite into a washerwoman with a thick neck and a waddle. She coos into your ear, such pleasure having not been felt since her husband passed several summers ago. The kiss overtakes her. Her blood is buttery and sweet over your tongue. She trembles into your arms and swoons. Anyone else?
Yeah. Is there a man?
Absolutely. There is a tall, but fairly thin young man, the type who looks like has done a lot of manual labor, a thick beard that's recently been washed, looking uncomfortable in cleaned clothes. There's a shock of red through the side of his hair.
Tereza would like to drink 3 points of blood.
Okay. His blood is spicy and earthy, like some of the grapes that you've had in life. Like Spanish wine.
Huh. How much
Fine
would we have?
vintage.
How many nights was this?
It would have been about a week, but I'm assuming that you could have hunted a bit on the way.
Okay.
You're down at least 1 point of blood probably from waking up.
Right. In that case, yeah. I'll follow Rainald's lead and just take a blood point.
A young widow who lost her husband in the Crusades is provided to you. She wears a simple slit. Her hair is dark and somewhat frizzy. Curls that want to be waves if they ever relaxed enough. She is on the pretty side of homely, but only by an inch or so. Her blood, which is given to you freely, it tastes like apple cider, almost. That premature hint of earthiness, but not earthiness so much as that high, sharp, crisp note to it. But underneath there is this belying taste of rot. She may have an illness to her.
Well, in that case, I'm going to sense vitality.
Oh, please. That's
All
level
right.
2, level 1 for you.
Yep, it's the first level.
Okay, so that does not require the eye.
Let me learn how much did you do.
And how specific are the results of sense vitality in DA20?
Let's see. So, perception plus empathy. 2 successes reveal their level of damage. 3 tell how much blood is in them. 4 reveals their path and rating if applicable. Alternately, successes allow the player to ask the storyteller question about the subject's health.
Sure, then absolutely.
What's
Go
drugging
ahead.
them? What are they sick with, etc.
Perfect.
All right, perception and empathy. Curious roll.
It's all about feeling out the soul, man.
It's not really a medicine thing. Oh, curiously, you can use medicine instead of empathy. Oh, difficulty 7, of course. Look at all those 6s. 1, 2. 2 successes.
As you take a bite, 2 successes. Your eye squints slightly in the darkness. And as you drink her blood, you can feel herself flow into you. Her voice echoes inside of your mind. My lord? It hurts. Please don't hurt me more. It's all my fault. He signed up for that bloody crusade that never happened, and highwaymen got him along the road. He did it to purge our sin, but it was my fault. I was the one that was rotten to the core. As you look at her, you can see a black mass clutching the side of one, almost both of her ovaries. This long, black, sinewy mass that is reaching for the other one. So you're just going to take another one into you, Chekhov says. There ain't enough room in here for both of us, you monster.
Curious if healer's touch could help with this.
I believe it could. I think you can cure cancer with that, yeah. So looking at that, if I was speaking in modern terms, I would say that odds are she has a stage 4 tumor on her ovary that has begun to metastasize.
There's no roll for healers.
Nope, you just spend vitae.
Oh, you spend your vitae. Ah.
Now this is visual though. Like you are like looking at her and healing light comes out. So
that's right.
So you might maybe request her presence later.
Bastien just rocks up with a
I mean, you totally could, but that will let people know you're a salubri.
I'm here.
It's your game too, man. You do what you want.
Jesus just looked like a normal dude.
What if God was one of us?
Duly noted. I will I'll release her and into the care of
the ground.
The hosts.
As you release her, visions of crying and weeping and burying small bundles of blood will flash through your head. A woman's shaking hands being held by the dirt-crusted hands of a man. In her backyard farm, there are a dozen graves, and a 13th when her husband was returned to her. You think that you're going to be able to make it right? You're still going to hell, Bastien. You're still going to hell.
My human soul has already passed. I cannot go anywhere but be destroyed.
Keep telling yourself that. When the reckoning comes.
Is Bastien talking out loud? I forget if he is with us.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Bastien.
It's uncontrollable.
Bastien, we're in public, Bastien.
We are?
Tereza, are you staying in bird?
Yes.
Or not Tereza. Alëna, are you staying? Tereza, are you in bird form? Good. Unusual, but I'll allow it. It's just big bird form. You just Zamisi yourself into a bird, like in Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Your eyes pop in your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna break in, but then Bastien had a whole scene, so it was like,
All right.
I was gonna ask if there was anywhere I could come in bird form, or if I have
Absolutely.
to change first.
The windows are open, so you could
Okay.
easily fly through one of the windows.
Yeah, then I will do that.
All right.
But I'm staying in bird form while the peasants are here.
All right, sounds good. He will lead the peasants away once the feeding is done. My mistress will be with you shortly. The ghoul bows. And as the peasants are led out of the room, it comes to pass almost immediately.
Oh, you'll know shift back once the peasants leave.
All right. And almost simultaneously, the door will and open again, revealing an attractive woman with long black hair and cold blue eyes. Her proud features and expensive but tasteful clothing attest to her noble birth. You will recognize her as the woman in the window for certain. Her bearing shows without a doubt that she is in charge of the meeting. And as she enters, she will gesture to a number of comfortable seats around the room. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
Alëna stretches after all of the bone popping and crunching as she comes out of bird form. Comfortable.
I hope the trip was not too arduous. I would like to thank you all for coming. Your sire assured me that you would be here. Knowing that you will be serving your elders and assisting me in the small endeavor that I have in mind is comforting. A treasured piece of jewelry has been stolen from me, and I wish to have it returned and the thief brought to me for retribution. Recently, a tribe of Egyptites, or Romani, as they call themselves, passed through my lands. I have reason to believe that one of their number gained access to my treasury and absconded with several valuable items. I have prepared a list of the missing jewels, but I expect that some of them may have been sold or traded by now. One piece in particular concerns me, for it is an ancient relic. I am loath to see it disappear from my possession. The item is a gold pictorial, formed from link tablets inscribed with intricate symbols. It was a gift to me from my sire, who had it in turn from his. I have no idea to its origin, but its antiquity is undeniable. My charge to you is this. Travel to the camp of the Tereza tribe. Retrieve any of my missing jewelry, especially the gold pictorial, and return my property and the thief to me. I will reward you handsomely for your success and will consider your sire's favor suitably discharged. That tribe left the area several days ago, but I don't think they'll be difficult to find. I believe they're headed toward Kronstadt, and you should be able to intercept them, due to their tendency of the traveling folk to camp for several days at a time to enjoy themselves.
If they're heading to Kronstadt, that is my domain, so...
Yes. Lady Dinescu.
It is a pleasure.
It is. It is wonderful to meet another woman of powerful breeding. I hope that there are no hard feelings given my clan's blood being here in Midiash.
Of course. Not.
And on that note, I hope that the troublemaker earlier did not cause a souring of your mood. I could see by your approval of my disciplinary actions against the upstarts and rebels that you all have a proper sense of justice. I know that you will do all that you can to assist me. I was watching earlier, as my men took care of business.
They seem to have it all handled. It was merely just observing.
In regards to that man, if you were to have him executed, I was wondering if perhaps I could give him his last rites. He seemed to be a devout individual, and I am still a priest.
Of course. I intend to have him dismembered. You're more than welcome to enjoy the spectacle afterwards. After the last rites. A lesson needs to be taught to the peasants that they should not even deign to raise their voices, let alone their pitchforks, against us. After all, the chattel should know their place. Should they not, Lady Dinescu? Lord Bastien.
Of course.
Lady Alëna.
I am not lady.
Then Alëna. I must say, to have 3 of the princes of the Siebenbergen here aiding me is very comforting. I want to thank you as well. You 3 helping prop up the Siebenbergen has been very advantageous. It is wonderful to have such capable and level-headed princes reinforcing what I have established. I want to applaud your efforts. Together we have brought great stability throughout this region. I could not have done it without you. And I look forward to further decades and centuries of allied service for the good of the land.
Not allies. You speak too pretty. Words mean nothing.
Agreed. Then let me speak frankly then. I appreciate what you have done so far. Please remember that even though you are doing a favor to discharge something owed to your sire, you would not have anything to rule as princes without my work. Without my guidance, you wouldn't have cities. So please remember that. But there will be plenty of time for you to prove your worth.
Strange, I've never heard of you before. But thank you for all you've done to stabilize the region.
If you're going to go burn down this castle, Or burn down the castle. Burn his down first.
Ah, yes, the castle that was seized by the treasure hunter. No doubt that you haven't heard of me. I doubt you even know your letters, you ignorant fuck. How many Moorish princesses did you pillage and violate for your fortune? Enough to satisfy?
Probably only one. Maybe two. More
Here.
than you, apparently.
I have no need to violate maidens. She reaches into, I'm guessing, a satchel or something, and will hand to Tereza, the only person here of any birth and station, by the way. I will point right now, it says, it should be clear that Nova regards the characters as little more than glorified fortune hunters, while she herself is a royal princess by birth.
Yeah.
So she will actually, like...
That description.
I know. She will actually, like, look at you, Tereza.
Yeah.
And you don't count, Chris. You're a second son.
Also, monks give up all their station and earthly possessions.
So she will pass
their names.
over... And their names, yeah. You're not actually Rainald. You're Eggenberg. You're Eggman.
Eggman.
Rainald Eggman. That's your modern era name. We'll pass over... we'll pass over a list of the missing goods. All of the missing items are gold. They are a gold pectoral formed from linked tablets, 2 heavy gold bracelets etched with leaf designs, a pair of gold earrings, triangular in shape, inset with gemstones and gold scrollwork, and an oval brooch with a large polish amber. And I will send this to you in chat so that you have access to it.
So Tereza, in her mind, is thinking, good, we have the shopping list of things we're going to have, but make sure that she gets her gold pectoral. Pectoral? Pectoral.
Yeah, her gold purgatory.
Yeah.
Her gold phylactery.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, so she will... Yeah, Tereza will take that and be like... Thank you, your ladyship. We will endeavor to return these items and then ensure this debt for Lady Valeska is settled. Silently reminding the rest of her party of, like, guys, we're doing this for Alëna. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, debt is paid if there's no person that is owed the debt.
Rainald's being quiet.
Oh, I know Rainald is. She's thinking mostly of Bastien.
Oh, Bastien, yeah.
And like maybe that. Alëna. Maybe.
I think more Jen in person than Alëna right now.
Angry boner.
You know that you roleplayed a character right when a player gets an angry boner for them. In the meanwhile, you must be quite tired. I have a number of places that you can rest beneath my manor where the sun will not reach you. If you brought your retainers, they're more than welcome to guard you, but if not, I can provide servants to do so.
Your hospitality is most gracious. Thank you.
Should you require additional sustenance, I could be more than happy to provide it to you again.
Thank you.
In the meanwhile, make yourselves at home. My servant, Victor, will take you down to your rooms. And later tonight, we will enjoy a little bit of a show.
Thank you, my lady. That sounds wonderful. But might it not be best that we leave early to gain traction?
If that is what you would wish.
Thieves.
Perhaps then, if you would like to leave immediately, how about I make a compromise then? Lord Rainald, you wish to give last rites to the peasant, the firebrand?
It is. He is a devout man. I think it is important to make sure that fear is installed in everyone under God. I see no problem with what you're doing, but he is a devout man, and I would appreciate that favor.
Well, if you wish to leave immediately then, perhaps I shall hold his soul for you until you return. We can punctuate the return of the pectoral with the tearing of his.
Beautiful and such hospitality as well as funny. Wow, truly a woman of everything.
Well, my princes, I shan't keep you. And she raises a hand toward her door. Be warned, Lord Bastien. It is quite heavy. Do not let it strike you as you pass through.
I'm going to wait and try and leave last.
About my ass?
Excuse me? I apologize. I was not able to hear over the sound of the wind.
Oh, jokes. Sorry.
A great tunnel passes between thy ears.
Yes, if I stand a certain angle, it makes a whistling sound, depending on the direction of the wind.
Perhaps it is time to retire for the night.
I'm certain that the sound will call someone who cares.
Mom, is that you?
Bastien, you are not acting like a lord.
I'm not acting like a lord. Hey, she started it. I bring out the best in people.
You bring out something for sure.
Be safe.
What?
The travelers are a tempestuous lot.
Sounds like my folk.
One moment, please. You know what? I have a drama bomb. I'm going to spend it. Yes, I've heard that they're exactly to your taste.
Oh, you've heard of my tastes?
I have heard that you once traveled with a member of their tribe.
Oh, wow.
that one did not live to enjoy regaling others with stories of that time.
Well, you,
That said, should you wish to finish the bloodline off, it would be no skin off of mine house.
Oh, of course. Bastien, the slayer of friends. It's the least I could do.
And as you head out to go meet the Romani and hunt them down, ooh, that sounds rough. I think that's what we're going to call game, so we can spend an entire session just doing that. And because Robin and I both have to pack for Calgary Fest, so I think this is a good place to call it. A little shorter than I had planned, but in my defense, I'm used to you guys getting through this much of a page, and this time you did 2 pages of stuff. So I think
speed running.
You speed ran the game, unfortunately, and I didn't really prep the evening with the traveling folk, which is actually quite large, and it's going to be really good. I do want to say that as we're going into this, there's a lot of stuff with the Romani that the setup for this from the powers that be is very like, this is kind of iffy, but when you're actually with them, they're really chill and cool and interesting. So it's not just like, oh, they're dirty thieves, Esmeralda, you know. It's not that, you know. We're not just from Judge Frollo's point of view, they're not great, but when you actually meet them, they're cool people. So I'm very excited about that. I was worried reading through this module, but that's what we're going to call game for tonight. Shorter game. Thank you for tuning in. A big thank you to everybody who is over on our Patreon and keeps this whole thing going. Starting off with our divine producers, my mom and stepdad, as well as Shikon Day Vermillion. Our demonic producers, Sorcerer Sanguine, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin and Crusher Urquhart, and Big Nut. Our monster makers, Soul Omen and Larouk, and our High Council, Taryn, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Grumpy Owl, Nihilus, and Cookie Mon Steve. You guys are all amazing. If you want to join them and get access to early stuff like Descent into Avernus, which is going to be back on Tuesday, it's our first game back after the convention, or Technocracy Dominion, or Storm King's Panic, or we're finishing the final stages of the casting project for the Unexpected Wedding Invitation. So many games, guys. I'm missing somebody too, I'm pretty sure. But you also get Hunter of the Vigil Summons, and it's a super good deal. Go to patreon.com/dorktales to find out. And we will see you next time here when we have an evening with the traveling folk. You guys are all amazing. And if you're in the Calgary area, come hang out with us at the con. It'd be wonderful to see you. And with that, we'll see you next time, vamps. Good night, family. Bleh.